I'm here with the fabulous and uber talented Lifehouse frontman Jason Wade. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm awesome, thank you. First of all, I want to say congratulations on your new album, Smoke and Mirrors.
Thank you.
Number 6 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 2 on the digital charts.
Nice.
So after 10 years of busting your butts, that has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it really feels great, especially to know that with record sales the way they are, that this record kind of outshined the last one on the first week is pretty big deal to us.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, I've got to ask you, Smoke and Mirrors, what in the heck does that mean?
You know what? Halfway through this record, we felt like we were kind of going down a road where we were making a really organic, just rock record, you know, almost an Americana organic rock record. And it kind of became obvious to all of us that we were missing, you know, a huge side of what the band does, which is write and record songs that are also conducive to the radio, that are a little bit more polished, you know. So about halfway through the record, we shifted our focus and kind of realized that there really are two different sides to the band, and that's where the whole kind of Smoke and Mirrors concept came into play loosely.
So kind of half of the album is more rock and half of the album is more of the core Lifehouse?
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, I think that we were just kind of real with ourselves and realized that a huge reason why we're still around is because we have these songs that end up being hits on the radio, you know, so we couldn't really neglect that side of what we do. Right,
and it's obvious that you know what works for creating that hit song. And, you know, when I listened to the album and I noticed there was that difference in the song, in the track listing. So how was the process different as far as, you know, pushing the envelope a little bit, but still keeping that core sound?
We just kind of got creative with everything from the instrumentation to the collaborations of who we brought in to write with. You know, I think bringing Kevin Rudolph in to write with us was, you know, an amazing experience because he kind of comes from this hip-hop pop world, which couldn't be further from what we do, but we were just kind of experimenting with these two different worlds and see if we can kind of fuse together a fresh sound for us, but still maintain the integrity of what we do.
Now, is there a secret to your success after all these years?
I think the only secret is hard work, to be honest. I mean, we've had records not do well on the charts and have singles kind of tank on the radio, but we still manage to keep in contact with our fans, and we've stayed on the road. You know, I think that that's probably been the biggest secret to our success is we just haven't given up. We've just been relentless with our touring.
Now, I read somewhere that, you know, for the past 10 years, you've been playing shows like 4 to 6 times a week.
Yeah,
nonstop. Absolutely. How have you been able to, you know, stay sane, I guess is the question.
I just think that, you know, when you get to like late 20s, you realize what kind of works for you. You know, it's really important that you try to stay healthy and get your sleep, you know, exercise. You just try to do little things to kind of keep your body and mind in a good place, you know, because it can become kind of a crazy circus out here.
Exactly. Now, you know, I know there are a lot of people out there who look up to you and really admire your success as a band, but I want to know, who are some artists that you look up to or that you admire musically?
I'd have to say bands like R.E.M., you know, Tom Petty, you know. I think that what he's managed to do with his career over a span of 30 years is just something that any band should aspire to, you know.
The success, you know, truly started back in 2001 with Hanging by a Moment. Now, do you ever get sick of playing that song? And I'm sure you've played it over and over and over again.
Right. You know what, to be honest, not really. And just because the fact that people go crazy when we play it still. So if they start throwing fruit at me when I start playing that song, then I'll kind of take it out of the set list. But that song's been so good to us, you know, over the years, so I really don't get tired of playing it.
When you aren't making and playing music, what are some things that you like to do? I know you mentioned exercise.
Yeah, I love exercising, I love reading, I love listening to music in all kinds of genres. I think my favorite genre right now would have to be film music. I'm just kind of obsessed. I have 350 soundtracks on my iPod, and I think it's so far from what I do that it just is so intriguing to me.
And I suppose that kind of helps you with your, you know, process as far as songwriting and stuff.
Absolutely. I think it's healthy to kind of listen to stuff outside of your genre and to pull from different influences.
Now, in support of this new album, Smoke and Mirrors, you're kicking off a tour on March 18th, and that's with Daughtry.
Right.
What can fans expect with this tour?
Well, for this tour, we're strictly going to be highlighting the majority of the new record. You know, I think we're playing for a 45-minute set, and we're still going to play, you know, the singles, what they want to hear, but we're really going to try to sink our teeth into this record live and really try to highlight some of the newer stuff.
Awesome. Sounds great. I have a fan question here.
Sure.
What is one of your most memorable moments of your career so far?
I'd have to say getting the opportunity to open for the Rolling Stones for 3 shows back in 2003 was a definite highlight for me.
Do you have anything you want to say out to your fans?
You know, just thanks for all the support. You know, come see us out on the road. We're going to be working this record for a good 2 years.
So March 18th, the tour kicks off. Your album Smoke and Mirrors is out now. Best of luck to you, Jason.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule to talk with us.
No problem. Take care.
All right, thanks.